Time for the Disney List. Taking a look at some of the best of the Walt Disney Company this week, focusing on all things Disneyland, specifically the top 5 ways to get more out of your Disneyland Resort summer vacation. How do you get the most out of summer at Disneyland? Our own Katrina Manzone, the travel agent extraordinaire, Disneylander at heart, the gal who knows it all, at least when it comes to Disneyland in the modern times. Not so much in 1959. No. But the girl who knows a lot about Disneyland right now has something to share with you. In fact, a top 5 list on how to make the most of summer. Share with us, Katrina, as we get ever so closer to summertime at Disneyland. There's a lot to do, a lot of things to experience, a lot of things to enjoy. Mm-hmm. What should people think about? What should people plan for?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, to make the most out of your Disneyland time during the summer, it gets hot.
Oh.
Very, very hot in the
Sizzling.
summer. And it's very busy. You know what I mean? So then there's moments where you're kind of like just stressed out and you just don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah.
You hydrate and you take refuge in DCA and like, what is it? The art building or whatever what is it? Like
Art of Animation.
Yeah,
building?
Art of yeah, in there. And then it's very cool. It's calm. It's dark. You kind of charge your phone.
Reset.
Recharge. Rewind.
And when you hydrate, what should you drink?
Powerade. Well,
Powerade.
electrolytes.
Yeah, right.
We're not promoting because
Right.
we're not getting paid for it.
Yeah, no sponsor here.
But anyway, I would say that's one of the things where you just take refuge for like throughout the day when it gets too hot. Just relax, rewind, take some time. Also get a park hopper pass because it is beneficial when you need to just jump from Disneyland to DCA and go back and forth to maximize your time when you're able to use your Genie Plus and try to get whatever that's available at the moment so you can get on that ride. My other one is go early in the morning if you can and then duck out partway through the day when it gets too hot, have a nice lunch, and then come back at night because in the morning it's cool and then daytime it gets really hot and then nighttime it gets cool again. So it's very nice.
It is. California weather, obviously very different than, say, your Orlando experience. Not nearly as humid and disgusting even after dark. It becomes quite pleasant at night during summertime here, so we are very fortunate.
Bring a sweater.
Very spoiled,
usually.
yeah.
You know, like a little light sweater because in Florida, it stays the same temperature no matter what.
Yeah.
And you just sweat all day. In California, no. It is probably maybe cloud cover in the morning when it's nice and cool, and then the clouds burn off, and then it's hot, and then you're like, bleh.
Yeah, most common around here, we get that marine layer well into summer. I mean,
people
it's
think we're
very
crazy
common.
when we say, oh no, the clouds will burn off in like by 9.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, you're crazy. And I was like, no.
Something you experience quite a bit around here, so it does become sort of normal. But I have to agree with you, especially on the Art of Animation building at California Adventure. What a wonderful escape that place can be, especially on those days. Because you have to think about it, too. California Adventure, not a whole lot of locations with air conditioning that you can escape to. Everything's
it's not like
mostly
Florida.
outdoors.
It's not everybody pumping AC everywhere and leaving the doors open. Like LA or California in general, they close the doors and they keep it at like a bare minimum. So that place is very nice.
I always feel like California Adventure just becomes the hotter park during the day.
It does.
And I just feel like there's far less trees. It's not as grown in as Disneyland has had the opportunity to become. So
Pixar Pier, man. Whew.
Oh my.
It is toasty.
Good luck out there.
Like just even walking, you think about getting from like Grizzly Peak and then you hit where like Little Mermaid is and then you look over to Pixar Pier and you're like, do you really want to go?
No, not today.
And then you're like, no, let's
get a yellow snow
go
cone.
that way. Yeah, let's just go the other way and just hide somewhere in the shade. But I would definitely say that maximize dining. Try to get your dining reservations because they go by really fast. And then also use mobile ordering as much as you can to maximize your time. So when you're hungry and you know you want to go eat like a quesadilla over at Cocina Cucamonga, order it at like 9 so you can pick it up at noon. And just get it over with so you don't have to worry about it because it gets very busy. And then I would highly recommend doing a dessert party, watching World of Color. Just relax, rewind, just sit down. You don't even have to worry about trying to stand in line to find a viewing spot for World of Color. The dessert party, it's like around like 70 something bucks per person. I think it's like 50 for kids. And you just show up, you get a seat, you can sit, you have a couple little glasses of bubbly and a little bit of dessert, and then you watch the show.
You're taken care of, right? You are taken
You're
care
done.
of in that moment. Make that your splurge.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's tough in the summer in like Disneyland. It's busy. It's just way too packed. And so when you have to stand in line all day, you just get anxious the whole day. So if you know that you're looking forward to, you know, a dining reservation or dessert party, it's actually really nice to kind of maximize it.
I would also probably piggyback on there with one of my own tips, and that is during the heat of the day, 2, 3 p.m., when it gets the hottest in the afternoon, I always like to schedule a dining reservation right about that point.
Yes, very smart.
Right? Number one, because you're probably more likely to get a dining reservation 2 and 3 p.m. because it's before your dinner rush and it's after your lunch rush. And then on top of that, obviously make sure that it is a well air-conditioned environment, that it has mostly indoor seating, and that it is one of those locations where you can duck out of the heat of the day and spend the hottest point of the day in AC, rejuvenating, feeling good. Then you get a leg up on the dinner rush, and you don't have to worry about going and trying to get dinner and put yourself in that situation where you're around all the throngs of hungry people at night, and you can get more done by going and doing things while everybody else is waiting in line. One of my tips.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that's a really great idea. Right. That's what we do. We just try to like maybe go around 2, 3 o'clock, hibernate for a little bit, and then you just recharge yourself, right? You have some food, you're energized again, and then you're ready to go to attack the day when everybody else is trying to find dining, like at Downtown Disney or whatnot. You know, it's a chaotic mess. Downtown Disney in the summer. Now when they're shutting down like 2 restaurants, 3 restaurants, so it's kind of like, it's gonna get busy.
Construction walls everywhere right now, so it's even more of a pinch. Yeah.
And then you stay late, like, because everybody leaves, because everybody's exhausted. They go from morning till night nonstop. They're tired, they're irritated, they want to watch the fireworks or whatever. Go on the rides. There's no one that's going to be on the rides at night. And they're really cool at night too.
I always feel like Disneyland attractions at night kind of take on a different life.
Oh, they do, 100%.
It's so cool. One of my favorite things to do, and sometimes I can time it perfectly, Big Thunder Mountain during the fireworks.
Yes.
It's like
or
being
Matterhorn.
It's like being in a Disney commercial.
It is. It really. It's when you go around that corner and then all like they're just shooting off, and you're like, wow.
You're right. Going up and sort of on those bank turns in Big Thunder Mountain, you kind of feel like you're in the fireworks. You kind of feel
almost,
like they're all around you.
If you time Small World right, you will definitely feel like you're in a war zone.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Your like chest will start pounding as soon as you're exiting Small World, and you're just sitting there ready to like unload, and then all these fireworks are like literally shooting above your head. You're like, what is happening?
It can be a bit much. Yes.
It's really cool, though.
It's spectacular. I also, one of the
Galaxy's
other ones
Edge.
that stands out to me. Yeah, well, Galaxy's Edge, I mean, you are right under the launch space, no pun intended, right under the launch space for all the fireworks happening right beyond that mountain range. And then another place where I often think about, it feels like I'm in a Disney commercial if the fireworks are going off. Might not think about this, but it's always felt this way to me when you get launched out and you're racing on Radiator Springs Racers in Cars Land.
Oh, yeah.
And fireworks are going off in the distance.
That is
the thrill
true.
and the fun of that moment while fireworks are going off, again, you feel like you're in a commercial. It's that special.
It is really cool. We did it once, and it was really neat. We were like right at the end, I think, and then we were like going through, and we just got on the ride, and we just like entered in the main area, and it was actually really cool.
Racing during the finale of the fireworks.
That would be awesome.
Spectacular, that's for sure. So didn't mean to cut you off. Wanted to throw in some of my own.
That's a really great idea because I mean, again, like catching the fireworks it gives life to new rides when you're, in Florida. A lot of them you can try to catch and like when you ride it, but there's something about Disneyland when you ride these like older rides and then the fireworks are going off and you're just like, this is so cool. And then you're like Casey Jr. When you're like on the little choo-choo just going through and the fireworks are going off, or even at night it's just romantic.
Great place to be. Yeah.
The boats, it's just there's like something about it. And then at night it's cooler outside, so you're able to like do more. So if you're able to just relax and just recharge throughout the afternoon, so you're able to go until park close, that's when you get the rides done.
Absolutely.
That's like the best time to do it in the summer. That's like my number one recommendation for everybody is just try to go all day and you tell me how you feel.
Right.
Don't go all day, but like
Don't go all day.
Do in the morning, take a break in the afternoon,
No
maybe go
passing
back
out.
to the hotel, go to the pool, recharge, reset, maybe take a nap, and then go in the afternoon. Eat your dinner at 2 to 3.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks when they visit supper.
What is it called?
It's
a dinner?
Twilight?
Is that
No, 2 and 3. That's not summertime. Twilight would be much later. Dinner.
Supper?
Dinner seems right.
Yeah.
I think out at Walt Disney World, more folks are probably likely to take that jaunt back to the hotel in the middle of the day, because there it's like scorched earth, humidity, I'm dying on the pavement heat. Whereas California, you're probably a little bit more able, I should say, when it comes to the elements. You're probably a little bit better able to survive all of the chaos that can be the heat of the day during summertime. And that's why, like I said, I recommend that Linner. Get that afternoon booking of an early dinner, late lunch, and you got yourself some AC respite.
Yeah, little Blue Bayou action. You just chow down on delicious food in like the darkness, and then you go out into the shining light of the sun when you're done.
Melting down. Yes. Got that beautiful, tranquil water of the bayou alongside you.
That's true. And then you have somebody that goes by and says, "Throw me your rolls."
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Isn't that romantic?
Here you go,
nice.
boat.
And then you get over the speaker. Stop throwing your rolls.
Don't throw your food. Growing up as a child, when I was on Pirates of the Caribbean and I would look over at the patio of Blue Bayou, I thought they were robots. I thought they were robot people, because they're kind of silhouetted to a certain degree, and nobody's really moving.
And you just kind of hear like hustle and bustle of things, just like clinking.
Yeah.
Clink, clink, clink. That's it.
Clinking. Nobody's really talking because you're at a distance. You can't really hear them anyway. And I thought for years, what are those robot people doing over there? I really thought it was just part of the ride, that it was the attraction itself. So naive in my youth, but today a little bit smarter. I know things
He's
now.
on the other side eating that creme brulee. That's what he's doing.
Cracking that sugar on the creme brulee. Look out, here I come. That's right. Well, very good. Any other honorable mentions? Anything else come to mind when you think about making the most of summer?
I'm trying to think about it. Go to Trader Sam's.
Go to Trader Sam's.
Go to Carthay Circle. Maybe that's when you go for your little afternoon break. You go to Carthay, you go walk back to Disneyland Hotel and just stay in the shade and relax by the pool.
Yeah, never
and have
forget.
a little sippy.
That's a great point. Never forget that you can head on over to the hotels too. You don't have to stay in the parks. You don't have to stay in downtown Disney.
Craftsman Bar is really relaxing, and
Great
it's really
spot.
nice just to kind of just grab anything, just like nachos, cheese, whatever, like a drink, and then you just kind of relax and sit by the pool, and you don't really have to worry about the hustle and bustle of life, you know, or go in the lobby and then just chill out in the Grand Californian.
Stay away from the fire because it's hot.
I was gonna say, you can go by the fireplace if that's what you want to do.
And hopefully when Disney's Pixar Place Hotel joins us, formerly the Paradise Pier Hotel, hopefully they too will have a really awesome and inviting sort of lobby space that people can go hang out at.
Yeah, or at least like a fun, just a decompressing area to go into. But I feel like those are like my honorable mentions. It's just to kind of like, if you're staying at the Disney Resort, go back and just utilize it.
Yeah. Use all the space.
Everything.
Don't think you got to stay at those parks. And the beauty of Disneyland is that things are so close.
It's small.
Things are so intimate at the Disneyland Resort, but you don't have to worry about taking a bus somewhere and it taking an hour and a half. Disney World, obviously, you have 40 some odd square miles of land there. And so to really do anything is a multi-hour event to get to and to get back and to do these things. And
really
even if you have your own car, I mean, you still got to go park way out in the boonies, and you got to walk in a half mile, and there's all of these things.
Take a boat to the Magic Kingdom.
Take a boat to the Magic Kingdom.
I was like, why don't they make a parking garage? Like, you have to park like way out there.
It's part of the build-up, Katrina. It's storytelling.
Ugh, it's the worst. But I will also say, remember, monorail closes in the afternoon because it gets too hot for it to run. So if you want to do the monorail, do it in the morning or do it at night. But don't expect to do it during the day because it closes down.
Excellent point.
And there's no air conditioning in there. They just use...
Exactly.
They open the windows.
Why.
So it gets really hot in there.
Unlike
Just
Walt
FYI.
Disney World's monorails that, even though they are older than dirt, boy, they have air conditioners that work, don't they?
They really do.
They do.
Sometimes you get a car that doesn't, and then you'll really feel it. But mainly they
Awfully
always have
smelly.
good AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little smelly on those ones. But, the Disneyland monorails, not only newer, sleeker, no AC. They have a fan.
Yeah.
That's it. So you're absolutely right. They
Yeah.
do shut down in the middle of the day. So another really great tip to think about, especially if you're going to use that as transportation to get back to the Disney hotel side of things. How do you make the most of your Disneyland summer vacation? We would love to hear from you. Drop it in the comments.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.